Folks, welcome back to the channel. Doug with Stacking Investments here. I'm probably going to get into one of these tubes after, but it's going to coincide with what's in the box here. This might be a little longer video than the normal 5 minutes. But for the new viewers, what's in the box is where my LCS purchases go until I have a chance to film it for you. Then I determine if it goes my permanent collection, box for my permanent stack, or another box for future sell, trade, or upgrade for gold. If the GSR is in my favor, or I feel it's time to go ahead and sell it and take some profits. So let's pull this little thing out here. It was in the LCS. They had several of these proof sets. They have raised their price. I was buying all that they could get, and I showed in a video where I had an ASE monster box slap full of these, and then I had more of them that were dated anywhere from 2000 to 2006. I had some odd ones, 9, 10, or 7, 8, 9, and 10 in the mix as well. I have since, because I decided to sell part of my stack, I have since sold all of those, sold the entire box out at the flea market, and I got a pretty good price for them. I actually got more for my sets out at the flea market than I did purchasing this. The reason I stocked up on these originally is because when constitutional, regular plain Jane constitutional, your dimes, quarters, half dollars, shot up to, it was back when it shot up to 20 times face, back in early 2020. These weren't selling. These were always thrown off to the side, and they were underrated, and by mistake or by fluke, because I had decided to, and this is not financial advice, but I had decided that because I had no interest when I was stacking, I had no interest in getting coin collecting, and when debacle came up, I made the decision and felt that Numismatics was actually the better play, but I also wanted to add to my stack. And I was looking for these proof sets so I could crack them out and fill spots in my albums. And I ran into an interesting situation because these are sold based on gray sheet, and not so much on the silver content. And what I found what I saw was lots of people in the LCSs, and they were going gaga over buying up all the constitutional, circulated constitutional at 20 times face. And when I asked the prices on these, they looked at gray sheet and then they gave me the price. I did the math on it and found that I was still getting these proof sets at sometimes 13. It ranged anywhere from 13 to 15 times face. Most of these have a $1.80. Most of these red packs have a $1.85 face value in silver coins in them. So I'll open this 99 up, and this was the sad part. And this is what turned me off on some of the bigger channels, the ones, I don't know, 10 to 100 plus thousand subscribers, and this was back before I started doing videos. Yeah, you got $1.25, $1.75, $1.85 with the dime, and then you get a free nickel and Lincoln cent. I was making comments in their videos that, hey, you guys are preaching and this is back when the preach was buy your silver as cheap as possible, the lowest premiums and all that. And I tried to bring awareness that, hey, this is still 90%. This is 90%. It's pristine. It's proof. There's no wear. There's no silver loss. And you guys are encouraging people to stock up on Constitutional at 20 times face and tube it up. And I pointed out that, Gray Sheet hasn't caught up yet. And LCSs are selling these via Gray Sheet pricing. And you can get them at 13 to 15 times face. This is, if you're stacking silver, this is your better play. I was shunned on many channels, many of the channels that I followed when I started stocking. I was shunned and was told that this kind of stuff does not belong in a stacker stack because it's numismatic. Well, what happened to the philosophy of silver is silver, buy it at the cheapest possible price, at the lowest price possible, with the lowest premiums? Well, in my LCS, they are currently selling junk silver for 25 times face at my LCS. Here again, there's another rumor going on, which has turned me off on a lot of the big channels. They're pushing to, and I know it's a lot of coin dealers and stuff, are saying that the Constitutional's running out and they can't get it and blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing with the silver shortage. And it's probably why my channel doesn't have many subscribers, because I go against the grain. But my main LCS is an actual wholesaler, and there's, I come to find out, there's 8 coin stores near me I just found out about some, and they actually supply coin shops in a 5-state radius and everything. And because they are a wholesaler and sell to other coin stores, and coin stores sell to them, they sell their excess volume to them, and they distribute it out. They have some pretty good connections. They've been a wholesaler for many, 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 many years. The father's been over, he's actually been in the London Exchange, and he's seen the stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of silver and gold that's in vault and stuff. And he's also traveled the world. But their biggest thing is, they tell me there's coin shops that they're out of silver. They claim they can't get it. But what they're saying as a wholesaler themselves is the problem is there's a couple shops that they deal with within the 5 states. They just don't have the funds. There are several reasons. One, there's a couple shops that just don't have the funds to, because of the price increase and what it costs to get a monster box, or whatever it is to have in the counter. They don't have the funds to. They can only rely what comes in over the counter versus buying in bulk. Then there's the shops that just absolutely refuse to buy from wholesalers. And again, they rely solely on what comes in over the counter to resell. There's 2 shops in town that tell their customers that got their customers on a waiting list for silver. Meanwhile, I walk in my LCS, and this was just, when did I buy this? What is today? Today I'm filming this. It was Wednesday. I got this yesterday. It was Tuesday because they're closed on Monday. I picked this up Tuesday. I'm in my LCS. They have a bin full of dimes, Mercury dimes. There's Barbers in there, Roosevelt, or they have a separate tray for Roosevelts. They got Barbers and Mercury dimes in another bin. They are totally out of halves. Halves is the harder one for them to, as soon as they get halves in, they're sold. So the halves are the most popular right now. And then literally in their showcase, they have $500 face value bags of Washington quarters. There might be a couple Barbers mixed in, and I saw some Standing Liberty quarters in those bags. they have that, and people are just buying it, and they have more in the back. They don't even have it all out in the showcase with their Constitutional. So they managed to get a hold of Constitutional. Then there's the other problem that a lot of coin stores face is they don't have the accounts with the wholesalers or the right wholesalers to get product. So if they run out of something and they're limited on who they can call to replenish their stock. So like my LCS has lots of connections, and other LCSs just don't have any very few connections to restock. So just because an LCS tells you that they're having a hard time getting product in, there's more to the story than what they're actually letting on. One, either they don't have the finances to stock up, they're afraid to stock up because they're worried about committing to the price and then the price, pulling back. They just don't want to pay the premiums to the wholesalers, or they just don't have the right connections. So when you see all these videos with coin stores telling you they can't get certain silver or whatever, well, they might not be able to get halves, but man, my coin shop is loaded with stuff, and they're up to 25 times face. I don't know what they're paying. I got some stuff. I don't have it out. I bought some stuff at the flea market bought some Walking Liberties and a few Benjis and a couple Kennedys. I think it was, and some Mercury dimes. I think I bought a little over $15 face, and I paid the person 20 times face, which I think is a little more than I think my store, they're only paying like 19 times face, something like that. But anyways, back to these. For those of you that don't know, that's my little rant. This is the 1999 set. This used to be the key date set to have. It was surpassed by the 2012. So this is the second key date set in the Silver Proof series. I picked this up. They've raised their price up on their Silver Proof sets, but 22 times face is what I paid for this. All the other sets that I got and sold, I paid way less for, and actually sold for more than what I paid. I sold all those sets that I had in that monster box in my video. I sold all those out at the flea market for more than what I paid for this set. And I bought this set too because it is a key date, the second key date now. I bought this to sell out at the flea market. Just because of what it is. I've had a couple people, when I had all those proof sets, they were asking about the 99, and I didn't have any. And now I have one. I will probably sell this coming Saturday or Sunday at the market. And then another thing I want to bring up is another thing. I stopped watching one of my favorite channels when I first started stocking, and I'm not going to name names on any of this because I don't feel it's appropriate. And I think I showed these before and I talked about it. But back when you could get Constitutional for 13 times face, I was presented with these two rolls at 14 times face. These are Franklin's. And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I can get, for 13 times face, I can get circulated coins, or for $1 more times face, I can get proofs. These are mostly 60 to 63. They are all Benjis. They are all proofs. It's a solid roll of proofs. Same with this one. One of the reasons I'm bringing these out is because with the current, this is 62, 63, 63, 63, These are all Franklin proofs. The reason I'm bringing these out is, let me finish my thing. Silver was 13 times face. I bought these at 14 times face, and I emailed my favorite channel and asked them, I'm like, you're buying all this constitutional and you're talking about how good it is and everything. What would you do if you're presented with proof Franklins for 14 times face? And their response was they would absolutely not pay $1 more to get proofs. They are going to spend their money buying these circulated constitutional. Well, the way the market's going now and the customers I have at the market, I'm going to be, like I said, carting these up and selling these. And I will make a pretty doggone good profit by buying these. And that's one of the things, like in my description, I'm unbiased, unconventional. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you how to do your stack. I respected their decision on that, but it kind of, I got premium silver as far as being proof Franklins for $1 more times face than just regular run-of-the-mill. I think I have a tube of, I got some uncirculated, 1955 Franklins, uncirculated. I think I got those at 14 times face also. And they said, and like they said, they would not pay extra for uncirculated. They wouldn't pay the $1 extra times face to get uncirculated or proof coins. And I thought that was just like, you're getting more silver in these. Plus you have the added fact that they are numismatic. So even if you're stacking, I got more weight in these than you do a regular tube of circulated Franklins. There's no weight loss. You have the added benefit that they are proofs. And like I said, I'm going to break these out. I'm going to cart them up. And I may go through and just cart up a few. Maybe one tube. I might get a range of dates. Cart them up, take them out. See how they do. And but these are going to be, these are two items that I think, even as a stacker, I should have bought the rest of the sets they had at 22 times face. They had 2000 through 2007, 2006, I think. It was like 2002. They had several 2003s, a couple 2004s. But when you look at this, you're getting $1.85 in silver. Even if you crack it out and tube the silver up, go buy the uncirculated, or buy the circulated coins. Run-of-the-mill stuff at 25 times face if you want. I still think getting these proof sets at 22 times face is a much better value. Like I said, I sold all the ones I had extra, and I made a really good profit on it. And I'm fixing to profit on these proof Benjis that as I was told by another channel, that this doesn't belong in a stacker stack, it belongs in a numismatic stack. Well, I do both. I'm numismatic and I stack, and it's time to take some profits. So with that, I've rambled long enough. Said I'm not a financial advisor. You do you. You stack what you like. You stack what you want. But do the math on this stuff. What's the better play? Circulated or uncirculated, or circulated versus proofs? Me personally, I'd rather have a guardhouse box full of proofs. And if I crack these out and tube them up, I'd much rather have a guardhouse box full of this, because there's absolutely no silver loss And you have the added bonus of the numismatic value, even though you'd just be a stacker. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you in another video.